Hey, buenos dias, que paso, amigos? Welcome back to the channel, John's Moto Garage. Today I'm going to bring you along. We're going to do a session with John. It's been a long time since I've hit up the Dyna FXDX for a wheelie session, and that's what we're doing today. So I'll take you along with me. We'll kind of dive into the, what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on inside my head as we try doing wheelies on this motorcycle. So let's fire this bike up. I haven't ridden this thing in probably about a month now. Bam, there we go. I did give it a little wipe down before filming here. Just clean it up a little bit. Alright, so it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I like Sundays for riding because usually you can find an industrial area where nobody's working. And Sundays seem to be the perfect day for that. So it's a Sunday afternoon. We're gonna go hit up a spot that I frequent, or used to frequent a lot more back in the day, that usually is pretty good for the wheelies. If you're new to the channel, then one of my biggest challenges when it comes to learning Harley wheelies is just finding a place to ride, because these things are so loud and you need a decent amount of space. So generally speaking, your best bets are gonna be industrial complexes, areas like that. Back in the day, I would get together with some of the locals on Sunday afternoons. We'd hit up some spots. I haven't been riding with anybody for a long time, just because this has become very much a side hobby for me. I don't focus as much on it now as I used to back in the day. But I woke up with that itch to ride today, and so that's what we're gonna do, albeit for just a short bit. Alright, so a few key things if you're going to go do a wheelie session. Make sure you have your cell phone on you just in case you crash or the bike breaks down or something. I'm not venturing too far from home. If I were, I'd probably just load the motorcycle up, because these things are prone to break, especially when you ride them like this. But again, I'm going to be pretty close by, so I'll just call Jackie to bail me out if something happens. If you're riding solo, which I don't necessarily recommend, but sometimes you have to, then definitely ride well within your abilities. Don't be pushing it too gnarly, because obviously if you go down, you're going to be screwed. And have fun. Go out there with the intent to have fun. You might be pushing it and progressing, but at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, then what's the point, you know? Just try to have a good time with it. Don't take these things too seriously. I mean, at the end of the day, it is just a wheelie on a motorcycle, you know what I mean? When you're rolling up to a spot, never go in guns blazing. You want to get a lay of the land first, because there have been times where I roll into a spot where I've ridden it dozens of times before, and you pull up and there's like a 5.0 hanging out or lurking in the background or something, and obviously you don't want that. I'm gonna go this way. That dude's blowing all the dirt and dust into the street there. So yeah, never go guns blazing. Just take it easy, roll through first time, make sure nothing's amiss. Is that the word I'm looking for? Amiss. So as you can see, industrial complex over here. Not a ton of traffic. You don't have cars all over the place. A good indication that people aren't working. That way you're not causing too big of a nuisance. And keep your sessions relatively short. You don't want to burn a spot. So I like to go in, rip a few wheelies, and then call it a day, you know what I mean? So there's one decent spot, but I'm gonna check up here first. Not seeing a ton of traffic, not really seeing any big red flags. And again, this will be a pretty quick session for me, so I always be aware, like I got a car coming up behind me. Always play it smart. So especially on these Harley wheelies, when you're up on one wheel, it's really hard to see in front of you, and a car at any point could turn out of any one of these spots, right? So when I'm doing my sit down wheelie, I only go that way into the cul-de-sac, because there's less likelihood of a car turning in. And then when I come out this way, I'll do my little staggered wheelies, because that way I have much better field of view. Just little things like that you may not think about, but I've seen people go like head on, you know, T-bone running into a car, so it can definitely happen. All right, now that we found our spot, everything looks all right, we'll go ahead and warm up and do our first wheelie of the day. I just realized as I was coming through here, there's a truck parked right there in that parking lot. So there is a good chance somebody's hanging out inside that office building there. So again, we'll just keep this short. Dang, this foot peg's loose. So yeah, this way I'll do my staggered wheelie. And that way I have better field of view what's going on. Trying to slow it down. There we go. Try not to be so choppy on the throttle, but it gets tough this day here, man. Bunny rabbit. Respect the terrain, you know. Always leave a place nicer than when you got here. Like all those boxes and crap, I'll probably move those off to the side, maybe find a recycling bin to toss them or something. All right, let's do staggered. Really struggling on those ones. And this is really pretty much it, man. You come out, you do a session that's just putting in seat time, practicing, having fun. One of the biggest things is you gotta have fun. There are days I come out and I'm just not feeling it, and I've gotten better at just saying, you know what, just today's not the day, you know. And then other days you come out and you're feeling good. And when you're feeling good and having fun, that's, you know, just got to roll with it. As the kids these days say, you know, you gotta, it's a vibe check, you know. Some days you're just not vibing with your bike. You may not be vibing with the spot. Better. I'm gonna call it a day. Sometimes on my sessions I'll come out with a kind of a clearer objective in mind, something specific I want to focus on. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I'll just come out like, hey, I want to have a fun session, haven't been out in a while. And that was kind of what today was, just coming out here and enjoying the ride. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed tagging along. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe if you're a fan, if you dig it. The support is always much appreciated, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Adios, those famous.